knife! I will use force!
Where's the knife?
Stop it!
An armed incident is usually over in seconds, but the people we help, that stays with us forever. It reminds us that it's a tough job, but it's a job worth doing.
Join on Garda Síochána today. You can apply now at publicjobs.ie.
Exciting news. Pandora's 3 for 2 promotion is on. Buy 2 pieces at full price and get the third one free. Show someone special that you're thinking of them, or treat yourself. But hurry, this offer won't be around for long. Offer ends 28th of September. Available in participating stores and at pandora.net while stocks last. Terms and exclusions apply.
Jean Curran's Private Collection.
And you're very welcome back. And as promised, I have Celine McGlynn from the Frances Browne Poetry Competition with me, or with the Literary Festival over there in Stranraer and Ballybofey with me tonight. And she was one of the instigators of the festival back in 2008. And since then, it's been going from strength to strength. And Celine, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me here. Jean, it's a great opportunity to let people know about this year's festival.
Well, you've been going from strength to strength, and I was just looking at the programme here, and it starts on the 9th of October, going on to the 12th, and you have something really for everybody, and such a varied programme this year, Celine.
Yeah, we really do have something for everybody this year, and this festival, like all our previous festivals, it is a celebration of storytelling in all its forms. Poetry, music, theatre, workshops, and we have lots of family events too. And it's the spirit of Frances Browne, her creativity and her inclusion that inspires this whole programme.
And it kicks off on the Thursday night, and you have, as I said, something for everyone, creative writing workshops, master classes, to name but one thing.
Yeah, it's like if we take people who are interested in creative writing, we have a creative writing masterclass with Duana Lungan, one of our committee members, and Alan Miller, an Ulster Scots poet and writer from the Lagan Valley. And that's on St Mary's Parish Centre at 10 a.m. It's a 4-hour workshop. It's well worth going to. They have had great results with workshops that
Could I just if you could just go in front of the microphone, I'll pick you up much better then.
Sorry, Jean.
Not at all, not at all. So that sounds fabulous, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, and then we have a very interesting set of workshops on the Friday and Saturday. Echoes from Frances Browne, and it's by Rona Trench and Niamh McCabe from ATU in Sligo. And on the Friday, they will sort of use some of Frances Browne's lyric poetry and inspire the writers to write. On Saturday then at 3 o'clock, they will develop that writing. And then on the Saturday evening, there will be a showcase of that work. So it's like a microcosm of what we all do as creative writers, and that you must actually work on what you have started. There's no point in sowing the seeds and not watering them.
Mm-hmm. And as well as that, you had been running the poetry competition, so the final prize winners are going to be announced as well during the festival.
Yeah, that's we call it the heartbeat of the festival, the Friday night in Keys Hotel, where the winning poets in Irish, English and Ulster Scots perform their work. It's a very special event that night in Keys Hotel.
You're not going to give anything away who's won yet.
Oh, no, we can't. The shortlists are out though.
Yes. And did you have many entries this year?
Yeah, we had well over 300 entries from all over the world. I don't know that we ever had so many countries represented in the competition than we had this year.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're delighted.
And you have some fabulous speakers as well, and the one that stood out for me was Michael Harding on the last night. And you were telling me that as the first time that a member of the Ishtana is going to be at the festival.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. And Michael Harding, I saw him at the Cathedral Quarter Literary Festival a few years ago, and I was at one of his workshops in Ballyshannon a few years before that. He is absolutely a national treasure, and he's in the Ballor on the Sunday night. And I'd advise anybody who wants to go to that to get tickets as soon as they can.
Mm-hmm. And again, there's a lot of variety. I was just looking that there's family events as well. You've got Fidget Feet, which is something new. Am I right in saying that?
It's not entirely new. We had Fidget Feet as well the year before last. We had a great event up in Drumbo Woods. But this year, and Chantal McCormick, who is the main person in Fidget Feet, is from Ballybofey, so it's lovely to be given a platform to a local person who's done so much great work with that. So it's Fidget Feet. They have a new sauropod, it's called. It's an apparatus that they can perform from, and they'll be performing Merry Mind, and it's been adapted by our own Shirley Ann Godfrey, one of Frances Browne's fairy stories. So it's a very special event, and there's four shows of that, and they're up in St Columba's College.
Fantastic.
In the car parking area of St Columba's College. Yeah, it's an outdoor performance. Very exciting. Yeah,
Brilliant. And as we said, there's something for everyone. You've got a pop-up guildbook as well.
we have.
And that, I suppose that helps with the Irish and the Ulster Scots and the English, all the multi languages
Yeah.
that you're catering for. In the
Yeah.
festival.
Our like in business, they used to call about the mission statement, but our mission statement or festival motto or whatever you like to call it is treasure each voice. And we're the only place in Ireland where the 3 national languages are taught, are used on a daily basis. And we've loads of other languages now as well. So it's a multilingual country in all aspects. But it's to bring those languages together so that they understand each other, I think is very important.
And of course, the Letterkenny Cathedral Quarter Festival is the following year. And I see that you're linked up with them as well on the Thursday night, is it?
Yeah, the Thursday night, the opening day of the festival, the launch is at 3 p.m. in Keys Hotel, and that night at 7 in the Ballor, we have Donnan Harvey from the Cathedral Quarter Literary Festival, who will talk about the literary links between Letterkenny, Jane Austen and Brendan Behan, and the Steinbeck Festival in Limavady. Douglas Bartlett will talk about the links between Ulster and Ireland and John Steinbeck. And this is the second year we've had that element in our festival where we each bring a part of our festival to the other 2 festivals. And that's funded by the IFI and Creating Communities, Hills, Coast and Glens.
And of course, Frances Browne is really honouring her work, and there's talks and lectures about her life, and a walking tour as well, where places where she would have walked herself and lived.
I love the walking tour. I think it brings me very close to Frances Browne, and Cal McHugh's going to lead that walking tour. It starts at Keys Hotel at 1:30 on the Sunday, and talks about her links to Keys Hotel. Her sister was married to the owner of that hotel at a time. Brings us to where she was born, where she lived. Shows us where the family, her sisters and brothers would have went to school, and brings you to it's very poignant, to the graves of her parents and her relatives up in the Church of Ireland in Stranorlar. So it gives you a sense of Frances as a real person who lived in Stranorlar and was part of the fabric of that community.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And one thing now that just struck me when it was, you've got a workshop called Granny's Wonderful Chair in Cyberspace, Wikipedia workshop. That sounded very different.
It is very different, and that's by Professor Thomas McLean. And Professor McLean was with us last year, as I said before, and he wants to create a Granny's Wonderful Chair Wikipedia page and participants, and he wants local people to contribute to this and to maybe create summaries of the stories in Granny's Wonderful Chair and just how to do that. And not only will you know how to do it for Granny's Wonderful Chair, but anybody who wants to learn about Wikipedia, a wonderful resource really that is something I use quite a lot myself. I want to do that workshop. I'm interested in it.
It sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
And again, there's such a varied programme, and many of the events are free of charge, and then there is an admission fee for some of the other ones. So if there's people out there tonight listening and Celine, where can they get more information, or where can they get tickets?
Right. If you want to get tickets for the Ballor events, and there's 3 Ballor events, there's a circus skills workshop in the Ballor on the Friday, there is the Michael Harding event, and there is the literary links on the Thursday evening. So it's ballor.com. It's up on the Ballor's events page for all our events, both ticketed and non-ticketed, and it's good to book, even if it's free. It's Frances Browne, literaryfestival.com, and that's Brown with an E. So all the information is there.
Fantastic. And of course, like every other festival, you really depend on your sponsors. And I see in your programme there that you have a lot of people to thank, including the Donegal County Council, who are great sponsors of the arts throughout the county.
Well, I don't know what we would do without Donegal County Council, because the festival wouldn't exist without Donegal County Council, so huge thanks to them. But also the Donegal County Library Services, the Donegal Arts Office, Creative Ireland, the Arts Council, IFA, Connecting Communities, Coasts, Hills and Glens, and the Finn Valley Voice as well supports the festival. And not only them, Edel McBride, knitwear designer, supports the festival. Curran Murphy, speech, drama and communications, sponsors the Frances Browne Award, and also the Balbafine Stranorlar Credit Union. So we're extremely grateful to all them.
And again, you have your www.francesbrowne Literary Festival, Brown with an E, .com for people who want to find out things.
Absolutely. And please come along and enjoy it. It's a fabulous festival. We're very proud of it in the committee.
Well, thank you so much for taking time. We could go on all night in detail about it, but that gives a taster of what's in store between the 9th and the 12th of October over in Balbafine Stranorlar. Celine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean.
Oh, Kira, congratulations. Look at her